That's all I get? Sol asked. I don't even know which ocean to look in. The question was directed at Azura, but he knew it was rhetorical. He also knew he was lucky to get even that. He dragged his wiry gray body out of bed, and went over to the wash basin to splash water in his face and blink red eyes at himself in the mirror. He started to turn away when he noticed, behind him in the reflection, a couple of books propped in an otherwise empty shelf. He turned, walked over, and lifted the first. Tales of Southern Waters, it announced. He nodded his head and opened the second. The Most Current and High Adventures of Prince Atribus, this one read. And there, on the frontispiece, was an engraving of a young man's face with a slightly crooked nose. For the first time in years Sol uttered a hoarse laugh. Well, there you go, he said. I'm sorry I doubted you, my prince. An hour later, armed and armored, he rode south and east, toward madness, retribution, and death. And though he had long ago forgotten what happiness was, he imagined it must have been a bit like what he felt now. A pale young woman with long ebon curls, and a male with muddy green scales and chocolate spines, crouched on the high rafters of a rotting villa in Lilmoth, known by some as the festering jewel of Blackmarsh. You're finally going to kill me, the reptile told the woman. His tone was thoughtful, his saurian features composed in the faint light bleeding down through the cracked slate roof. Not so much kill you as get you killed, she answered, pushing the tight rings of her hair off her face and pressing her slightly aquiline nose and grey-green gaze toward the vast open space beneath them. It works out the same, the other hissed. Come on, Glim, Anaig said, tossing herself into her father's huge leather chair and clasping her hands behind her neck. We can't pass this up. Oh, I think it can be safely said that we can, Mirglim replied. He lounged on a low weave cane couch, one arm draped so as to suspend over a cypress end table whose surface was supported by the figure of a crouching Khajiit warrior. The Argonian was all silhouette, because behind him, the white curtains that draped the massive bay windows of the study were soaked in sunlight.